all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Jello Beats, holla at me.
I was back on the Bossman show here. Ron Sanchez, the coach of the Charlotte 49ers here. Commerce USA. Coach Sanchez, how are things up there in Charlotte, North Carolina, man? You're doing good up there. I see already 12 wins this year, man.
Things are a little better, this season. Obviously, we're not where we used to be. We're not where we want to be yet, but definitely walking, and heading in the right direction. Excited for our guys that they're experiencing some success because they're working really hard. Like all of us, you got to see, some fruit to your labor in order for you to be encouraged and continue to work hard. And it's nice for them to have a little bit of success right now.
And, Coach, you took over the job last spring in 2018, took over the job there. You're in year two now. Coach, what did you really emphasize last offseason, after last year's tough season, to set your culture even further and bring in young men that fits what you want to do, your vision for this program going forward?
Yeah, as a staff, we just want to make sure that we have the right kind of people. When you're trying to build something from, I don't want to say from the bottom, but, from the ground up, really, kind of starting it up. I think the most important thing is, to have the right people on board with you. That's our biggest resource is our young men. And, we want to make sure that the guys that we brought in were guys that came from good backgrounds, from good basketball backgrounds, guys that really enjoyed competing, guys that really wanted to embrace the opportunity to be student athletes, and guys that were more process-driven than just goal-oriented. So putting all that stuff together is really hard because you don't know. You're hoping that the guys will buy into what you're trying to preach, but the character of the people was really important for us, and that's something that we really emphasize in the off season. And we just kind of put our heads down and continue to work and grind.
And speaking of on-court development and off-the-court development, who are some young men that you want to really point out who really made a big leap from last offseason to this season and helping you guys so far as you guys headed here into February and into March?
To be honest, man, I actually have 9 new players that are dressing for us this season that did not dress for us last season. So our team is pretty much a group of new individuals. They've only been on the floor together for about 4.5 months. So we didn't really know what to expect or who was going to be the guys or the guys. We were hoping that some of the recruits that we had were as talented as we hoped. But we've gotten some great production from Jameer Young, who today was also named Freshman of the Week for the 5th time this season, and he's having a remarkable freshman campaign. Our sit-out transfer, Jordan Shepard, who actually played with Trae Young at Oklahoma and came and joined us here, sat out last season. And, the two of them have done a really good job of managing the team and, handling things for us. Now we got 2 grad transfers. One came from Providence, who played for Ed Cooley, who, taught him a lot, so we're reaping the benefits of all the coaching he received there. And then we got a kid who transferred from Coastal Carolina, who was a 3-year transfer. He's finishing and starting grad school here for us this season. And, Amadou Bamba, who's doing a phenomenal job for us on the interior. All these guys are just, really done a great job of embracing our culture and helping us really get this, this program moving in the right direction.
And yes, and having those new players, Coach, so how did you go about building a camaraderie? Because you guys have 12 wins already with virtually 4.5 months, virtually a whole new team. So building that chemistry is very key. How did you all get on the same page so fast?
I don't want to tell you that we're there because it's a constant journey. We do spend a lot of time trying to build our culture. We spend a lot of time trying to get to know one another. As sad as the day is today with, the situation that happened with Kobe Bryant, we've taken a lot of his stuff and, shared it with our team, things like, failure doesn't exist, working together for one goal. A lot of things that Kobe kind of just talked about throughout his career. We've used him as an example in our locker room for so many things. And that's the biggest challenge in all of this, as coaches. You want young men to really learn how to play together, to sacrifice of themselves for the benefit of the group. To put their individual stats or individual agenda, for the benefit of the whole. And that's the real challenge in this. And, we're very fortunate that we had, such an example like Kobe that we could use, some of the things that he was able to use in his own career on the court and off the court, in order to help us build our culture here at Charlotte.
And speaking of that, too, Coach, as well, being around the Hawks as I am every day, I see the player development piece, and it's the on-court development, off-court development, the nutrition side, sports science side, the training side. So I'm talking about how your conditioning program is so key to the success of your team on and off the court for us, them eating right, preventing them from getting injured, and also keeping these guys in shape to be able to defend like crazy, play hard twice a week for you guys, and then coming up in March when your tournament time coming up, when you're on the back end of the season when you got to perform at your optimum peak performance when you need to win and when it really counts.
No, right now, man, your physical development combined with your nutritionist and your trainer, that's a 3-string cord that has to be really strong if you want to develop anything. The education for these young men, is key. We just finished a stretch here where we played, 5 games in 9 days. That was, play today, one day off, play again, one day off, play again, kind of almost like an NBA schedule, to be honest with you. And, you really have to plan ahead of time for that. And you start educating them and letting them know that the fuel that they put in their bodies, really matters to be able to bounce back and be able to play at a high level, how your strength coach, treats them in the weight room so they can also perform at the highest level, and then how your trainer really takes care of them pre-practice, after practice, and how they take care of their bodies. All those things are huge nowadays. When we were younger, we would just, stretch out, count to 10, get on the court and go. You get done. Maybe you stretch out for a few more minutes and you go, and then you go to McDonald's and eat a burger and you're good to go. Nowadays, the science is there and it's proven, that if you really do invest the time and energy into the sciences, that the athletes can really benefit. So, not only to play, but also, to prevent injury, and then also to be able to, if you are injured or hurt, to be able to recover a lot sooner. So we're very fortunate here. We got a great nutritionist, great strength coach, and an unbelievable trainer that really do a great job of taking care of our guys.
And, Coach, come back to non-conference play for a minute here, Coach. You got to be happy that you guys got 6 wins in the non-con, knowing it's hard to get home games. When you're in the Conference USA, you get to kind of play to do 2-for-1s, go to these non-exempt tournaments, or maybe just take some road games. You also got to play a guarantee game or two as well to raise money for the school. So, knowing all those things is going on at the same time, and having a very young new team who hadn't really played that much together, 6 wins in non-con has to make you feel really, really good as you're heading to Conference USA play. These few weeks here, you've been going at it out here.
No, definitely. And obviously, it wasn't just the wins. It's, the games that we lost, we were very competitive. Those were 2 3-point losses where we had an opportunity to win and just didn't execute. But at the same time, you got to be thankful for those experiences because they help you grow and learn. In the non-conference, we had a chance to play Davidson and we beat them, and to play a team that talented with a coach that's that gifted. And a program that's that established really helps you build some confidence. Then we played Wake Forest, also we beat them in overtime. All those things really help build the confidence in your team. And obviously Danny Manning has a great program there and is doing some really good things. So for our guys to go up against, teams of that caliber and be able to have success, was really something that helped build their confidence to help catapult us into the conference season. And then we lost our point guard, for 2.5 games really to start the conference season. So somebody had to step up, and for us to be able to start the conference play 3-0, with an injured point guard who was our leading scorer at the time, was really, a testament of how hard these kids are working and how much better they are getting every time they step on the floor.
Now you got 6-2 in Conference USA play. You got Louisiana Tech this week in Southern Miss. So you could be on that little swing of southwest part of the conference there. Not going to Texas swing, but you got to still hit La Tech and Southern Miss. Jay Ladner and those guys do a good job there. So does Eric Congress.
Of course.
So where you sit on film as you get ready to play those 2 tough road games you got coming up here this week?
Oh, man, Eric's got probably the best defensive team in the conference right now, and they're so, talented at every position as well offensively. So, we really do have to, have a mentality of, defending hard, making sure that we don't give up easy baskets. They rebound well. They're athletic. So at the end of the day, we really just got to take care of the essential defensive things, defending hard, blocking out, making sure we communicate well, making sure we know our personnel, and obviously you got one day prep for the next one. So, really being sharp in all our non-negotiable areas, and then hopefully after we play there, we have a chance to get some really good food. As you know, there's great food down there, so I'm looking forward to that part of the trip as well.
I hear that, Coach. Before you go, Coach, can you give us a little story about a couple of guys who were on the Hawks here? DeAndre Hunter, a guy you coached in Virginia, and a guy you played against in the conference, and John Collins as well. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you one thing, man. DeAndre was, he redshirted for us his freshman season. And he was one of the hardest working young men that we had, man. To see him have this kind of success, it just brings joy to my heart because he really did invest the time and energy. When we got him, we told him, I said, John, you could be special defensively. He's one of those guys that I think could guard a 1 through a 5 if you really need him to. And we knew that defensive side was going to give him a legit shot, to impact or to have an opportunity to play on an NBA roster. And, Danny Manning obviously recruited Collins, and, he was kind of a no-name guy or, he wasn't a McDonald's All-American or anything like that. And, Manny really helped him develop, and he was a headache to go up against. To see those guys, playing together right now, I think you guys got a really, really bright future. And obviously I think Trae Young is special, man. You guys got a great group. I think the future of basketball in ATL, man, is really, really bright.
The buzz here is very, very good about that. I hope you can come to the game on April 3rd when you're down in Atlanta for the Final Four. We play the Hornets that night, so kind of a connection there on April 3rd. Hopefully we'll see you at the Final Four down here, Coach.
Hey, man, I might make that one for sure. I definitely might make that one.
Yes,
so it'll be good.
Yes, indeed. Well, Coach, best of luck to see you on that swing you got this weekend. Talk to you real soon, Coach. Always good to have you on the show, man.
Thanks so much, man. I hope you guys get a nice W out there in the cold city, Toronto. Bring that thing back down to the south.
I appreciate it, Coach. We need it, man.
All right, man. Have a great one.
You too. Thank you. It's Ron Sanchez on the Bossman Show.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.